Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Could I see him being greater? Absolutely. Could I see it being worse? Sure. But I think what we fail to realize, having been watching those two quarterbacks, that's not how the rest of the NFL lives. That's the exception. It's not the norm.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Ryan Wollersheim is back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You and I, Matt Hamilton, are live at one of our favorite places to be, X Golf in Middleton, and you got a full 18 in before the show. Is that right?
Just about. You were able to sneak a couple of the first holes in, but I probably got 13 holes in solo.
Okay, there you
not
go.
too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. And you can get out here to X Golf in Middleton, take up a bay, and stay sharp. Obviously, we're still in the traditional golf season, but it's hot. Good way to cool off, but also kind of indicates you can knock out in an hour and a half. You can get 18 in.
Oh, man, if it was just me out here, I could probably play 18 holes in an hour and 10 minutes.
And I think of it how you've talked before about curling, how you like to practice for curling. Instead of just practicing a shot, you actually like to practice the shots you'd shoot in a game. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing here, that if you can play 18, even if you're playing it quicker than you normally would, because you don't have to drive around or anything like that, you get all these shots that you would have in an actual golf outing. Yeah,
it's a nice little variety. So, like, you can go out and you can hit the driving range and check out your spin rate and, ball trajectory, ball speed, and all that kind of thing if you want to get real technical. Or if you're kind of like me and you're a gamer, you just want to hit different shots and make something. I play golf for that one out of like 100 shots that's like, wow, that was awesome. Like, that's what I'm here for, and it's great doing this because when you do hit those 99 other bad shots, you don't have to go chasing them in the woods or across the green to the other bunker. It just takes you there. You can sit down, enjoy your Coors Light, and wait for your next shot.
And if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Getting to the show, 844-770-3776. We got people big mad yesterday, Matt Hamilton.
Big mad.
Big mad. And all we did, which, again, I will maintain this, the most important thing a general manager needs to do is to get the quarterback position right. And if Aaron Rodgers goes to New York and leads his team, which means he's a driving force while the Jets go to the Super Bowl, and Jordan Love looks meh, that is a fireable offense because you bumbled the quarterback position to a level that maybe nobody's ever bumbled before. Because if you moved off of a Hall of Fame quarterback for the next Jameis Winston, Mitch Trubisky type, that's an F, and you should just be fired immediately. Because you obviously have poor interpersonal skills. You have poor actual football skills.
Eye tests.
Yes, being able to scouting skills there, and your ego got in the way. And I maintain it won't happen, but it should. I don't know if Love will be simultaneously meh and Rodgers great, but if that's the case, look, I'm sorry. If this team was owned by an actual owner, one person, it's on the table.
It's certainly on the table.
But well, go ahead.
Oh, it's very interesting to me that Goody I feel like he's got a free pass right now. Everyone's like, well, obviously, let's see how it all plays out. It's like, you got to see how it plays out. If it doesn't play out well, and his job isn't, if his butt isn't on the hot seat, then as fans, do we demand more out of a GM? I think if you're going to move on from a guy, which, again, I have no problems. I realize there's a toxic workplace, and it's probably better off for everybody else. But if you're going to move off somebody that talented, you would hope that you would have something in the chamber ready to go that's at least going to give you something salvageable. And right now, with all the reports we're hearing, it's high and low. There is no one practice he's great and one practice he's bad. It's kind of he's got some great plays and he's got some bonehead plays, and that's pretty middle of the road to me. And I don't know if it's worth – and I don't know if you should keep your job if it's worth pushing out an MVP, a first-ballot Hall of Famer, the franchise quarterback for your team for the last 17 years, 18 years, that you're going to push him out for a guy who's just average seems crazy if his job's not on the hot seat.
844-770-3776, how you get into the show. I cannot read the texts today, so that'll be Ryan Wollersheim that'll chime in with those. So if you want to tell Matt and I we're idiots, you can do that. But, Matt.
But we're used to it, so.
There was so many of the comments, and Ryan can bring it up here because I'm having a hard time loading up Twitter at the moment here. Our Iron Jock poll question yesterday, Ryan, how exactly was that question worded as far as should Goody be fired if Aaron Rodgers is great with the Jets or leads the Jets to the Super Bowl? But what were the two answers you gave?
So on yesterday's show, this was the poll question we decided on. If Aaron Rodgers takes the Jets to the Super Bowl, should the Packers fire Goody? And the two options that I wrote down in the two poll question options were yes, he's an incompetent GM, or no, Jordan Love is the guy.
So that's the part that's interesting to me. 77% of you said no, but then you had the addendum, not agreed upon addendum, but that's fine.
Okay. Impromptu,
Yeah.
I'll admit.
Mm-hmm.
Love is the guy. And that's the part that blows my mind. That if 77% of the people are saying, no, it's fine because Love is the guy, I think you're all insane. I think you've all lost your mind.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. We're fine. We're all fine here. No.
Don't you know it's fine, Jim? We have Jordan Love.
It
all right,
honestly
we're
makes
fine.
me think of Christmas or the Vacation movie when Clark turns to his family and they're like, I think we should turn around, and they're close to Wally World. And he says, I think you're all bleeped in the head.
Yeah.
I think you're all bleeped in the head if you just assume that Jordan Love is going to be anything more than, at best, Rob Domotsky used the word Andy Dalton, Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
and
my gosh. That would be that would be nice. I would be thrilled with that.
But I do maintain that when you've used this term, you've called it, Entitled Town?
Yes.
And I definitely have lots of bones to pick with Aaron Rodgers, but they're all about his personality, and I just have no time in my life for someone who is willfully ignorant and at the same time arrogant. That's just not the cup of tea that I want, and he doesn't play for a team that I root for. So on a personal level, I'm not going to root for him. But at no point have I ever said he is not an excellent quarterback.
Right.
He is a top-tier quarterback. I would take Mahomes over him, but there's not a lot of others. I guess Burrow, Mahomes. I'm not even positive I'd do Josh Allen, probably, but Josh Allen, not,
like
a little
one
up and
season?
down.
Yeah.
So we have all lost our minds here in the state of Wisconsin, and I honestly starting to think, after watching Hard Knocks, that Packer fans and even the Packers front office and maybe even some of the players have underappreciated Aaron Rodgers, because you see the Jets, you see Sauce Gardner, you see the receivers coming up to him saying, hey, I had posted you on the wall. They are talking about what a legend he is. Everyone from Robert Saleh to Woody Johnson all the way through are talking about what Aaron has meant for every single player on that team, including malcontent Zach Wilson. And meanwhile, in Wisconsin, we're all like, he's a bum. He was barely good. He wasn't even good, is I think what Alex Strofe likes to say. He wasn't even good last year. Meanwhile, other teams are fawning over a guy who wasn't even good last year. I honestly think because of Brett Favre that Packer fans do not properly appreciate what Aaron Rodgers was.
Well, because I think the real reason is we've had 30 years of watching guys that are well above competent, like great quarterbacks.
Elite
quarterbacks. We're watching some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for 30 years.
2 of the top 20 unquestioned.
Unquestioned. I wouldn't even make a list on
15,
that.
But
15 we could have a discussion, but
top 20 unquestioned.
They're there.
So
it blows me away now that we're just kind of going into this season just assuming that the quarterback play is going to be good. Like, you look at all the other teams around us, especially our division.
I think
they've been floundering for quarterbacks outside of Kirk Cousins being the only stable quarterback in the NFC North. All of our opponents have been floundering for quarterbacks, and we don't see it. We don't think it can happen to Green Bay.
All of the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, the majority of the NFL. And I honestly am starting to think that Packer fans believe that Jordan Love's going to be elite. And regardless, that is the least likely scenario.
Yeah. I think it's the least likely because look how many quarterbacks come through the league. Yeah.
There's, 5 elite quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Yeah, I think so. If you were going to And again, it's like that's kind of the eye test. That's your definition of elite. If someone wanted to tell me there is 2 elite quarterbacks in the NFL right now, I'd buy it.
Yeah,
if someone was like Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, I'd be like, okay,
yeah,
that can be it.
Jalen's got check marks against him.
Because I think there's there's a little step down from those two maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, depends on your point of view, but elite could be super narrow margins, and the idea that Jordan Love has been waiting in the wings and we haven't heard anything about him having elite potential is telling to me.
Every single day, sans one, or maybe 2. I think he had one really bad day and one really good day. His practice has been up and down.
Yeah.
That does not scream elite.
It screams yo-yo.
Right. 844-770-3776. Did Packer fans underappreciate the Aaron Rodgers era? 844-770-3776. Did Packer fans underappreciate the Aaron Rodgers era?
So
that is our first Iron Jack poll question.
Can I try to make an addendum to that quickly, Jim?
Sure. This time you're telling us what
I'm going
to let you know this first time because I think I want to change it a little bit. I want to incorporate the Brett Favre aspect. I feel like that's an important part when you're talking about the level of quarterback play, not just during the Aaron Rodgers era. Are Packers fans ready to not have a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback as their starter going forward and possibly for the next 10 years?
I think the answer is yes, we're ready, or no, we've got another Hall of Famer.
But hold on.
What?
But that is a completely different question that we're asking right now.
I
want to talk about, because what I'm talking about is I don't think Packer fans, and it's because
I think more particular Aaron Rodgers.
They don't appreciate Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's a follow-up question, Ryan, that I think we can get there. But right now, I want to know if Packer fans in their heart feel like they properly appreciated Aaron Rodgers when he was here. Okay. Because too many people I talk to are like, he's gone. Good.
I know.
Jets problem now.
You forget that the Packers had basically back-to-back unicorns.
And I'm losing my mind over that part of it. I get that the juice is getting less and less worth the squeeze, but there were factors to that. But unquestionably, last year Aaron Rodgers was a top 10 quarterback. I don't think Jordan Love will be a top 15 quarterback this year.
At worst, top 15 quarterback for Aaron Rodgers last year.
He was top 10. You really couldn't spin me past top 10. Because because here's the other part of it. We are also, to the Jordan Love side of it, simultaneously saying Aaron Rodgers struggled because he didn't have a lot of weapons this year, and now they've gotten less weapons for Jordan Love this year, but yet Jordan Love's going to excel because people like him. This isn't Ted Lasso, folks. You don't just start playing well because you're happy. You have to be good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go out and play at a high level, and when you've got defenses bearing down you, and let's keep in mind, Jordan Love has really only seen a handful of full-speed football. I'll give him the entire Kansas City game. Maybe the couple Lions games, but they weren't really meaningful. When they played, Packers were already in. Rodgers played the first half. It was out, so, I guess I'll give him a little bit of credit for that. And then the last quarter at Philly, if you want to count that garbage time as a meaningful snaps and quarters, the guy has, 9 quarters of, pro football at game speed? And I'm even debating that even 9 of those quarters were at full game speed when some of them were garbage time or meaningless football games. He is going to be thrust into a position that he's never played in before. And my problem is he's high and low at 75% game speed in these practices.
He also has 0 games as a truly scouted quarterback.
Right.
And even the first game against Chicago still is not a game as a truly scouted quarterback. Game 2 will be his first game as a truly scouted quarterback where you start picking up tendencies. So, by the way, Jordan Love better look good right away because that's when they don't have tape on him. That's when he can surprise them.
Yeah, that's when you're going to be able to catch someone off guard and, take advantage of that unknown quarterback.
Before we go to break, we'll continue the Aaron Rodgers talk on the other side. But shout out to an RIP to Johnny Hardwick. He was the voice behind Dale Gribble on King of the Hill.
Yeah, that show was so great.
It was so great, and Dale was awesome. And Johnny Hardwick passed, young man, 64. I mean, that's Oh, we're going past 64 there. So shout out to them. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know why you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Metro Ford of Madison knows that inflation might be pinching your budget, and they want to help. With 144 new vehicles on the lot and offers like 3.9% APR financing for 66 months on 2023 Ford F-150s, 16.19 per 1,000 borrowed, now is the time to buy. Receive a $500 Visa gift card in 2 years, no charge maintenance included with new vehicle purchases. 90 days deferred payments available to qualified credit. The deals are at Metro Ford of Madison. Learn more at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Romeo Dobbs had a bad drop. Luke Musgrave dropped a couple. Jaden Reed had either you could call it a drop or just a difficult catch that he didn't make. And those are the kind of things that a couple of those plays go really well. Jordan Love looks great. If a couple of them didn't go their way, maybe it's not so good. So I just think you add all that together and you have the potential for this to go either way.
Packer fans hoping that Jordan Love is a winner. You can be a winner. Go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. Over $12 million, or nearly $12 million in jackpots last month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. Biggest jackpot so far this year, $250,000. Go be a winner at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. You heard the glove right there rip off from Matt Hamilton as he was taking how many holes did you get in during the break?
2.5.
2.5 holes here at X Golf in Middleton. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Ryan Wollersheim back at the Everlight Solar Studio. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. We are asking the question, did Packer fans properly appreciate the Aaron Rodgers era? And, Ryan, we had a text in there.
Yes, Erica Milwaukee chiming in, saying that Green Bay better get ready to be on Hard Knocks next year. Back-to-back seasons of not making the playoffs and having the same head coach could be next in line for the big show. And then after that, she also mentioned she appreciates ACR and will root for him with the Jets because his winning doesn't affect Green Bay standings at all, just their draft standings. And you don't know how good you got it until it's gone.
I think that's a good way to look at it. You don't realize how good you have it until it's gone, and that's why I maintain Packer fans, at least their actions are telling me, they did not properly appreciate it because you didn't know what it's like not. You went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. And so, like, how would you know what life is like otherwise?
I don't.
All you've done, Matt Hamilton, and maybe not you specifically, but I'm going to use you as my straw man for Packer fans, is dunk on everyone for having fringe Pro Bowl quarterbacks, like a Cousins or a Goff or a Cutler
I
or
definitely did that.
Dak Prescott or all these QBs. You better hope to hell that Jordan Love is one of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be lucky if he's one of those guys. And that's nothing against him. I'm just saying what we've heard so far and seen so far, and if he was so good, it would have happened earlier. That's one part of it. They would have moved off Rodgers earlier because they clearly did not like him. They now feel I think it was more of Rodgers annoyed them to the point of, like, let's just get out of this and we'll deal with it later, than it was like we truly believe in Jordan Love. But, Matt, you've used the term in Titletown, and do you think Packer fans have properly appreciated the Aaron Rodgers era?
I mean, maybe the fans have. I don't think that the Packers management has appreciated it nearly as much because you would have seen a lot more seasons of all-in kind of football, I feel like, if you really appreciated this guy and wanted to give him everything he was hoping for, which is, let's be real, it's Super Bowls and legacy at this point. He's gotten enough money in his career. That's all he's concerned with. That's why he took the pay cut in New York. That's why they're doing everything they possibly can to keep Aaron Rodgers happy, because they know that going all in on your guy is showing him that you appreciate him being there. I don't think the Packers organization did, and I think kind of through that, fans saying, we'll be fine last year with the wide receivers we had, or saying, you know, Aaron Rodgers, I was a culprit of this. Aaron Rodgers will still be able to distribute the ball without Devontae Adams. He might even be better because he doesn't have a safety blanket in Devontae Adams. So, like, things like that.
You know who didn't say that? Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, but when people like me say that, I am a little underappreciating him because you need weapons around a guy like that to succeed.
You need all of Team Schuster, even if it's not a direct connect. You need all of Team Schuster to win the goal.
Right. I mean, I could throw literally 100% and not miss a shot, but if my team isn't playing up to the level that I need them to, we're not going to be very good. And I don't feel like the team put around Rodgers was good enough, but we had so many people saying, like, well, if Rodgers is good enough, he'll be able to carry this team. And that to me is underappreciation. So I'm going to say yes. I think for the most part, we did underappreciate Aaron Rodgers.
76% of you, which is kind of a self-diagnosis part of it, though, 76% of you say, yes, we fully appreciated Aaron Rodgers this era. Pack family chimes in. He was mad about this yesterday. How long will you guys keep talking about the previous QB? Packer fans have a new starting quarterback. If you haven't heard, Pack family,
I'm going to be into watching the Packers' new quarterback next year on Hard Knocks. But right now, Aaron Rodgers just came out with the first episode of Hard Knocks. That's the reason we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Also kind of proving my point. Jordan Love, to me, isn't even really isn't the new Packers quarterback yet. He has taken 0 starts as the Packers' unquestioned and a starting quarterback.
That's true.
Practice. We are talking about practice right now. And you know what, Pack family? I don't think you want us talking about the trash practices from Jordan Love, or at best up and down practices from Jordan Love. That's not a fun conversation.
It's a scary conversation.
The biggest thing in football right now is former Packers quarterback who is the last quarterback to take a start for the Green Bay Packers And really, as the true starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, he's been doing that since, 2008?
Yep.
So he's been a quarterback since 2008, and he's taken almost every available snap. When Jordan Love takes one as the true starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, we can start dialing in. Ron Jeremy's mustache chimes in. Ever since he won on Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers, acts as if he is a cerebral god. He tried to settle a grudge with Goody by putting pressure on the cap. No lies spoken there. Let's get out to Rick and Madison.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Great.
Fantastic.
2
What's going
days
on?
in a row I get to call in.
Awesome.
First of all, Aaron Rodgers is underappreciated. Chris should have been fired 3 years ago. And, Matt, we need to go golfing. Me and my daughter are going to golfing at Maple Bluff Country Club right now. One of these days. 3 years ago.
Oh, man, I'll see you out there, Jim. Have fun doing the rest of the show.
There you go. Rick, we love your call.
I got
we love
plenty
the call,
of-
but we're hearing ourselves come back on you there, too, so we're going to let you go on that. But thank you for calling in, Rick. I love me some me, but I don't need to hear myself back on the radio through the phone.
Are you just trying to hang up on the guy because I got an invite to go golfing?
Yes, and those who don't know, basically Matt is now ready to go.
Here's the fortunate part. The fortunate part is I have golf here.
Yes.
I will be able to take some cuts. If you want to come golfing with me, I will be at X Golf until 4 p.m. Come on out.
Absolutely. So we are asking the question, did Packer fans properly appreciate the Aaron Rodgers era in Green Bay? 68% of you say yes. And I think it's just a fair question to ask because with this assumption that Jordan Love's going to be great, and I think there's something to the fact when you have great quarterback play and you jump into another great quarterback, you might not properly appreciate how impossible that really is. Like that, I think I'm trying one other time in NFL history with the 49ers, Montana and Young.
Right.
And it wasn't this sort of run.
I mean,
because Young was not the same. Young was not as great as Aaron Rodgers. Maybe Joe Montana, maybe we could reverse it and that Young is closer to Favre and Montana closer to Rodgers. We could maybe make it like that. But this could be an unprecedented run of back-to-back great quarterback play.
Yeah, I'm trying. The only other time that I could say, even in the remote realm of possibility, would maybe be Bledsoe to Brady, because Bledsoe did make a Super Bowl. He was pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah, but it's
not even on the Rodgers Favre level, but that's about as close as you can get outside of Montana and Young, I think.
True. Yeah,
unless anyone's got a.
That was heavy Brady, but I get your point there. Yeah, I'm sure there could be another one. I think there was time in between Marino and Greasy down in Miami because that could have been another one. I think there was a little bit of a time there,
right,
in between. Ryan, am I missing anyone? 844-770-3776. Do the Packers have the greatest back-to-back quarterback run of all time? 844-770-3776.
Nobody chiming in on the talking text line, but I don't know. Maybe Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson, elite to super elite. I don't know.
But was that a direct connect? I feel like there was a time in between.
Yeah, there was one season where they both started. They actually remember Lamar Jackson struggled in that initial playoff game of his.
Flacco was on the Ravens that long.
Yes.
I mean, that's close. That's close. I mean, Flacco won a Super Bowl. I mean,
he did win a Super Bowl, yeah.
It's definitely lesser, but it's close. Mm-hmm. I mean, Lamar could spin that. Look, that would be closer to
what about the – there was kind of a pseudo year, but Peyton into Luck was close.
Oh, yeah.
There was that 1 year where they played somebody else because Peyton was injured, and they tanked, basically. So that's close. But, again, it still doesn't quite reach it because Luck never accomplished what Brett or Rodgers did.
Because it's such an equal accomplishment. Because with the 49ers, it was heavy Montana as far as Super Bowl wins, and then Steve Young had one, I believe, and then Rodgers and Favre each with one. And Peyton Manning – Luck did not win a Super Bowl, and
Peyton won one with the Colts.
He didn't play long enough. Luck didn't to get there. Flacco and the Lamar Jackson one could be similar, probably closer to the Bledsoe Brady one.
Yeah,
and those are not bad. I mean, it is, but I mean, this Packers one, the sustained
30 years.
Yeah. I mean, outside of Brady himself, like it's just not really there. But we'll take your calls on it if you have one in mind. Maybe we're missing one of back-to-back Hall of Fame QB runs. Because, I mean, obviously Bledsoe is not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Right.
Hall of very good. Flacco's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. Lamar might. and obviously Montana and Young both are.
Right.
You almost do a little bit of Alex Smith into Mahomes.
Yeah,
That's a bit, yeah.
I mean, it's not quite there because Alex was a journeyman, but Alex had success with the Chiefs, but they knew to win a Super Bowl they had to go to Mahomes. Like, they had to take a step up. They had to level up there.
Who did the Bills go to after Jim Kelly? Did they have anyone good before or after him?
No, nothing to write home about.
No.
What about, did Dalton go into Burrow?
Dalton? Ooh.
Because that would be a very Bledsoe to Brady comp.
Yeah,
what
that's
Burrow
close.
does with his career. But
Yeah.
still not the same as what the Green Bay Packers have. 844-770-3776. Did the Packers have the greatest run of back-to-back quarterback play? I can't see how the answer isn't yes.
Right.
I mean,
I'm racking my brain right now,
I
and I'm
think-
trying to think outside of my lifetime.
The Bengals one is actually pretty good when you consider that it's not back-to-back, but the 3 quarterbacks in a row, Carson Palmer to Andy Dalton to Joe Burrow. Andy Dalton being in the middle there to, kind of the average journeyman, or not journeyman at the time, but
Honestly, that
average quarterback. But those 3 in a row, pretty darn good, considering all of them are
If we
Pro
could
Bowl,
get an
All-Pro
Andy
level.
Dalton caliber play out of Jordan Love, there would be no doubt that the Packers had the 3 best quarterbacks in a row ever. If Jordan Love turns out to be Andy Dalton.
True.
Because
True.
you'd have the 2.
But would you be happy if they let go Aaron Rodgers? Again, that's why we asked the question yesterday. Aaron Rodgers' success doesn't directly affect the Packers, like it doesn't hurt their record, but it sure makes them look like a bunch of buffoons if Aaron Rodgers goes and wins a Super Bowl or an MVP with the Jets and they got Andy Dalton. So you pushed out a Hall of Fame quarterback early to get a run-of-the-mill quarterback? Now, run-of-the-mill is better than bad, but run-of-the-mill ain't worth running out your quarterback, your Hall of Fame QB. That much I know for sure.
Situation normal. We're fine. We're all fine here. No, thank you.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Summer's here. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in car and driver 10 Best history.
See your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
See dealer for financing details.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-state technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
The traditions.
There's no team I love more than this team.
The drama.
Launching downfield, all the way to the end zone.
Only 16 days until week 0. College football lives here. ESPN Radio. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
What is happening?
Dude, we are getting 10 out of 10 music drops out of the producer right now. Yesterday was golden. Today, perfectly applicable on a throwback Thursday. I can't bash Ryan for this. I love this.
I did too. But it's also just out of left field. There are some TLC.
I get it.
That might work a little bit better. No scrubs. Could have played that. Packer fans don't want no scrubs.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, shoot. That would have been pretty good. Dang it. All right. Well, hey, don't go chasing waterfalls. The Packers went to chase a waterfall with Jordan Love. I thought it kind of.
No, I think it applies. You just keep the no scrubs in the back pocket, and you'll find a good use
maybe
for it
in
sometime.
an hour or two.
We'll see.
So, have either one of you guys seen The Other Guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Now, everyone focuses on
I'm a
Farrell.
peacock captain.
Right. Everyone focuses on Farrell and Wahlberg, but I think the best performance in that movie, and this is Rutledge and Hamilton live from X-Golf in Middleton. We are presented by Coors Light. It's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. It's Michael Keaton.
Yes, where he keeps quoting TLC to the guys, and they're like, are you intentionally doing that? Doing what?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But there's another part where I don't know why he works at Bed Bath & Beyond. But
It's his second job because
he's talking to the team at Bed Bath & Beyond. He's like, team, let's focus more on the bed and bath and leave the beyond out of it. Nobody cares about your near-death experience. Let's just focus on the bed and the bath.
And the bath.
And the bath, and let's not worry about the beyond. Michael Keaton, again, I will maintain this, and maybe this is a poll question. The follow-up one. It's Michael Keaton.
Follow up to the did Packers fans appreciate Aaron Rodgers?
Fans appreciate Michael Keaton?
Did Batman fans not properly appreciate Michael Keaton?
We can word it however we want, but I do want to ask, do we properly appreciate Michael Keaton? Because the man is a legend. I mean,
yes.
He's a great comedic actor from Mr. Mom in the 80s and then obviously other guys.
Iconic Batman.
Iconic Batman. And really that Batman was before all this was normal. It was a huge risk and a big, crazy thing done by Tim Burton, who, by the way, directed the Pee Wee Herman movie, which is the first watch this week if Molly and I get a chance to record it.
Oh, nice.
I watched it last night. So much better than I originally thought. I guarantee my 6-year-old will absolutely love it for, just the silly, goofy humor. But when you watch it back and you know that, Paul Rubens just went for it, and you're like, man, this guy just owned it. This is the start of Borat. I mean, this character that was created that's in it, he just goes all in for it. You're like, this dude just owned it. Good for him. And so, anyways, Tim Burton did obviously the first Batman's. Michael Keaton jumped in on that, and that was kind of a wild choice for him. But then obviously he's in a lot of dramatic roles too. So I think he is an American treasure as an actor.
I'd agree.
Now, to Tasha's point, he's over 40, so he won't count him as he's worried. Tauscher's worried about the state of movies going forward.
Oh, really?
Well, not just movies, entertainment. He doesn't even think TV's good. Now, he had me on the idea of okay, there's a lot of Marvel movies.
Fair.
But you also can't say that there's not a lot of movie stars under the age of 40 and then not acknowledge that Tom Holland is a movie star under the age, or Zendaya, or or Timothy Chalamet. But obviously a lot of those are in that world because Dune is also kind of that big action movie.
Okay, Jim, I got to say, if you're going to bring up Zendaya, please say her name correctly at
Sorry.
least.
Zendaya.
Well, wait, what is it then?
Zendaya.
Zendaya, sorry. I'm not that into I just know her from Spider-Man, basically. I know she's in the
Dune. Oh,
but also
great in Dune.
What's the show? Is it Euphoria? What's the show
Euphoria,
on HBO?
yes.
I haven't watched that yet, but she's in
Me
that.
neither.
And apparently amazing in that as well. So
Just don't watch it with your kids.
I am aware of that.
Be careful with that one, Jim. It's not a kid. There's a lot of teenagers, but they're doing very scuzzy teenager things, not the stuff you want to show to your young children, I promise.
We're more of the Prom Pact Disney Plus movie.
Yeah.
Which is a PG 80s homage movie, which there's a sleepover at the Rutledge house tonight, and my oldest is having a friend over. She's watching it at our house, and my youngest is going to the sister of the oldest, so they're kind of swapping kids, and so they're also watching Prom Pact at their house. So big Prom Pact, but that one is a PG.
Right.
Kind of goofy rom-com and homage to all the 80s movies out there. But anyways, I do think that TV is good or bad. TV is excellent. It's God tier right now, better than it's ever been. But I do think it hurts movies. I think a lot of
some of these series that are essentially movies, like Ted Lasso.
Right.
Real long movie, right? All of the Game of Thrones. Long movie.
Dragon,
Last of Us. Long movie.
The Sopranos, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, some of those shows they don't feel like television shows when you watch them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That I couldn't even tell you what's on broadcast TV. I'm talking about the Prestige TV, which is on the pay channels, whether it's Netflix or Apple. They all have great shows on there. Right now, Winning Time on HBO is outstanding. But I will, you know what? Let's just put it in right now. We'll see if people want to chime in on this. 844-770-3776. What's the best movie you've seen in the last 12 months?
Ooh.
Okay.
New movie,
Right.
at the theater.
Can I give mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I had to give mine right away, mine is Oppenheimer, which I just saw come out a couple weeks ago. And that has helped catapult this year's box office. It's already 22% ahead of where it was last year. It's been a good movie for years for movies so far, I will say.
Ryan, but if you're going to talk about boosting the box office, Barbie is a $1 billion movie.
Don't get me wrong. Barbie,
you said good movies.
Barbie for the box office.
But then he brought up the box office part of it. And I said, well, Barbie's
true.
Barbie's more than Oppenheimer with the box office.
I think of Barbenheimer as one thing still, so that's just my own bias.
Gotcha. Now, I do want to see Oppenheimer. It does feel like one I'll probably end up watching at home because I just don't know if I need to go and get bummed out.
I don't know. It's one of those movies that you want the IMAX experience in.
Okay, I don't have IMAX, but I do have a pretty large TV and I have a full surround sound. It's a pretty nice setup at the house.
Okay.
I jump a little bit when I watch movies because every once in a while something's happening behind me and I'm like, wait, is someone home? It'll throw me off for the door knocks or whatever.
Is that an atomic bomb going off in the background?
Right, exactly. So we'll see how that goes. But I do think I'm on vacation all next week. I think one of the things we're going to do with the kids, hearing enough about it, Barbie feels like a movie where, kind of like when I was a kid, all the humor that's meant for me is going to go right over my kid's head. And they'll appreciate the stuff that's out there. It kind of seems like a two-tier movie. So I think we might go see that one. But I think the best one I've seen at the theater in the last 12 months was probably Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I really enjoyed that one. But 844-770-3776 if you want to chime in with the best movie you've seen in the last 12 months.
I don't think I've been to a theater in 2 years. That's probably true. 2 years probably.
Okay, so what's the last one you've seen then? That you've
at theaters? One of the, I watch
or
everything.
Something you watch at home.
I watch everything late.
I just didn't want you to tell me something from 1985. If it's something new that you watched at home, that's fine too.
Right. Honestly, I'm not sure anything that jumps out at me that came out this year.
Do you watch movies?
Yeah, I do. I watch them all on the plane. I watch them all in the air.
What's the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched on the plane was probably 65, the one with Adam Driver, 65 million years ago.
Oh, where he's fighting dinosaurs in the future or something?
So the idea is he's from a faraway planet. They come to Earth, and they crash land on Earth. Unfortunately, within a couple days of when the meteor hits that erases the dinosaurs. So, they're trying to escape Earth before these meteors come.
Okay.
So
interesting concept.
Interesting concept. Not my favorite execution, but I love Adam Driver, so I was
going to say Driver could be another guy. I don't know if he's under 40, but again, for Tauscher's whole, there's no movie stars under 40. I think Adam Driver would be considered a movie star. I mean, he was in the Star Wars movies. He was in that TV show Girls, which was very popular. And he's been in that Marriage Story on Netflix, which is a critically acclaimed movie. So I feel like, Ryan, you're the movie aficionado. Is Adam Driver a movie star?
He is, but he is over 40. That's the thing. He's deceptively older than you think, because he actually, before going to Hollywood, was in the Marines for 5 years. So it took him a while to get into acting. But once he did, he became a superstar. Though we do have a few responses on the talk and text line, 844-770-3776.
How old is he? I would have bet he was like 40. I wasn't thinking he was super young, but
I think he's 42, 40. Like he's just
he's
over
right
40.
He's right there.
He's on the edge.
We're
But JJ and Poinette mentioning that
he's 39.
39. Oh, really? Okay.
He
there
works.
we go. We got our guy. All right.
But Adam Driver's got a Harrison Ford type story. Obviously, Harrison Ford wasn't in the Marines, but he was like a carpenter.
Yep. Exactly.
And then really, I think one of his first movies was the Star Wars movies. Like, he hadn't done much really before that.
He was relatively unknown. He was like a real working actor back in the day. But Sadler and Madison mentioning best movie he's seen this year was Champions with Woody Harrelson. Don't know if you guys heard of that one.
I've not.
And then JJ and Poinette also mentioned that he has the best movie he's seen in theaters was Guardian of the Galaxy 3. He still hasn't seen Oppenheimer yet. And then outside of that, Robin Madison just chiming in with his favorite line from the other guys, and his favorite movie of the past 12 months. We're going to go eat a dolphin. All right, so which I believe Michael Keaton, that's also a Michael Keaton line in that movie.
He is just...
I will tell you, the next movie I do see in theaters, because I know my wife wants to see it so bad, The Meg 2.
Really?
Yes, I don't know why. It's going to be terrible, but my wife, for some reason, loved the Meg movie, maybe because it was so bad. It was so bad it was good. She is pumped for the Meg, too, so I will go see that.
We didn't, love the Meg, but we definitely enjoyed the Meg movie. But I think we'll end up watching that at house,
I
too.
thought it was entertaining hot garbage, but I'm down to see the Meg, too.
So you two are in a different position. Like, we have to either have our in-laws or have a babysitter to go see a movie. Now, because my oldest isn't quite there yet, maybe she's a couple years away when I can leave her and we could go see a movie and come back during the day, but she's not quite there. So going to see a movie is a choice. Like, we used to go see movies a lot more, but now it's like a full-on, this is what we're going to do with our one night away, the whole thing. That's why, Ryan, Oppenheimer, I get what you're saying. It doesn't feel like the greatest date night movie.
Oh, no, it's definitely not.
It's
no,
long.
not at all.
What about Air? Didn't you love Air?
Air was
I saw that at home.
That went to Amazon Prime
you should
really
watch
fast.
Air, Amazon Prime if you have that. Matt, you haven't seen that yet?
I have not.
Dude,
the other one I really want to see is All Quiet on the Western Front.
That one's on Netflix forever, so that's on my list. I haven't gotten to it because I think it's in subtitles.
It's in German.
So it's like, all right, I need to you can't dink around on your phone or anything like that.
Yeah, you got to focus.
When do I have the time to lock in completely?
I like to turn on subtitles just so people think I can read. I actually am going to watch that movie completely clueless.
That Hamilton can't read.
JJ and Poinette.
It's actually really sweet. Jen reads the subtitles tonight. The same way that I do to Nola. Because she can read now. It's just when they go a little fast for her.
Mm-hmm.
Goes a little fast for Matt.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can go ahead and dub it for you. Also, JJ and Poinette mentioning nuclear physics really draws the ladies in. Yeah, great date night movie.
But there is a scene, right?
Oh, there's a couple scenes.
Okay.
There's a couple scenes. Another one. Don't bring the kids to you, Jim. I'll just say that.
Well, beyond that, I wasn't going to bring a movie about how we ensured our mutual destruction.
I mean, but maybe you guys can hold each other close. I don't know.
I don't need emo children, all right? We're going to
don't need to scar them with the idea of nuclear warfare. That's a good, probably smart.
I leave my 10-year-old walking around, what's even the point?
Let's go watch Barbie, man.
Yeah.
So I think Barbie will be the choice because at least it sounds super fun and funny. And honestly, it seems like if you don't like it, it's mainly like a choice not to like it. Because most reasonable people are like, it's somewhere between a C and an A. Like, worst case, you get a few chuckles and it's entertaining. And best case, you find it really hilarious. But as I referenced earlier, Pee Wee Herman, I'm down to go in on the bit. Like, when I go to a movie, I will jump in with you. So Paul Rubens does Pee Wee Herman. It's goofy, it's weird, but I'm in on it, and I find it hilarious that he went so hard for it. And the same thing will be with Barbie. Like, if you're going in on it, then I'm in. Then I will take the ride with you. That's the best part about a movie. The worst thing ever is to go to a movie with someone who's like, I didn't want to go. Then what are we doing?
You would have hated me and Manchester by the Sea. I was a miserable person there.
Going in?
Yo, yeah.
Okay, because that's the part that's annoying. Like, it is a miserable movie.
I wasn't really thrilled on seeing it.
Did you know what it was about?
No.
Oh, then why didn't you want to? Like, you just didn't.
I mean, it didn't seem like my bag. They said it was a drama, and I was like, I don't love dramas.
Okay, I'll give you that. And that movie is a one-time watch because it is a gut punch. It is a disaster for your.
It's a one-time watch, yeah. If you want to hate yourself, so right. I would say it's a 0-time watch. That would be my recommendation.
Right now we're going to give away a case of beer. Is that right here, Mr. Wollersheim? Is that what we're doing right now?
Yes, it is Throwback Thursday today, hence the 90s music coming back from breaks.
What caller number should we do here?
Let's do, movies. Number 65. That was Matt's favorite movie. Number 65, does that work? Why don't we do let's do number 6.
All right, caller number 6. You're going to get a case of variety pack here. You're going to get 12 cans of what was formerly known as, I think, the Wisconsin Amber, but now they call it the
Badger
Louis,
Club.
The Badger Club.
Yeah, that's right.
So Badger Club, Lake Louis,
and then,
amazing. And then the Little Lager. I've had both. The Little Lager is amazing.
Yes, the Little Louis American Lager, delicious.
Yes, I think that might be my favorite lager right now.
Nice.
And
lager's a good beer.
It's so drinkable, and it's lawn beer time.
It certainly is.
So it's like little lager during the day when I'm mowing the lawn, and then at night by the fire, little Badger Club.
I dig it.
It's a day.
It's a perfect variety pack.
So caller number 6, 844-770-3776. You'll win that variety pack case. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. There's just over 3 weeks until the Badgers football team kicks off their season against the University of Buffalo, and preseason watch lists are beginning to come out. And the Badgers offense is garnering a lot of attention. Quarterback Tanner Mordecai was named to the Davey O'Brien Award watch list, which recognizes the best quarterback in the country. Running backs Ches Malusi and Braylon Allen were each named to the Doak Walker Award watch list, which honors the best running back in the country. Malusi said earlier this month about him and Allen,
I think we're the best switch punch in the country.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
With summer in full swing, now's the perfect time to head to the ballpark. Score great deals on great seats from our friends at Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Every crack of the bat, every diving catch, every heart-pounding play. Experience it live, in person, from the first pitch to the final inning. Vivid Seats has a huge selection of MLB tickets, and they're the only ticket company that rewards your purchases. For the best selection of 2023, shop now. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now, when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
Jaden Reed feels to me like that kind of Greg Jennings, Devontae Adams second-round pick. Let me finish before we...
Wow.
No. This is great. You're ruining the sound graph.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Home and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you, live from X Golf in Middleton. It's sick to golf here. How many holes you got in now during the breaks here, Matt?
I'm averaging about 2.5 per break.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. But the Adam Madison won the variety pack of beer from our good friends at Lake Louie. He's going to be a happy man. He is going to be a happy man. Also going to be a happy man. And this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Need to give a shout-out to a fellow Coors Light aficionado, Mark Tauscher.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear from Luke Fickell.
Tausch, congratulations. We're excited to have you. I know that I've been trying to look up some things on you. And I know I played against Mac in '96. I think I heard you were on that team, but I don't really remember seeing you in the game. But hopefully you're more memorable on the air than you were when I played against you.
Bringing the heat.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that for Mark Tauscher and Luke Fickell.
Is fantastic. But the news there, Mark Tauscher replacing Lucas in the broadcast booth.
I mean, that's super great for Mark. I'm thrilled for him. Fun opportunity, especially calling games for your alma mater. That's got to be like a dream for someone who wants to stay as close to the sport as he does. And even better, that Luke Fickell's going to throw some shade.
Right.
I don't remember you being on the field, so hopefully your broadcasting career is a lot more memorable than your on-field play. That is
outstanding shade to throw because, I mean, Tauscher is or will be, he's a Packer Hall of Famer. So
right.
Clearly, and obviously his Packer career was better than his Badger career. But still, Packer Hall of Fame and the fact that Luke knows he can take the shot without any real.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't upset Luke. He's the guy that you're hoping to get an interview with at some point.
Well, and here's the thing that's 100% sure Badger fans are incredibly lucky to still have LePay in there, and now you have Mark Tauscher in the booth.
Yeah.
He was, along with LePay, I thought the highlights of those Badger broadcasts the last few years. Every time Mark was in there, I made sure to tune in. Mark and LePay will be fantastic together.
I think it's going to be very similar to the Packers. Like, I truly prefer listening to the guys on the radio. Like, I think my ideal Packers watch would be to turn the TV on, put it on mute, and then play the radio if they were, like, in time together. Yeah. That would be the perfect way to watch it. Now that Tauscher's doing the call with LePay for the Badger game, that might be the same situation now.
I got to just say,
because those guys are great.
I got to say, congratulations to Tausch. He's earned every bit of being able to be the play-by-play caller for the Badgers. But Matt,
someday
you saying
there,
that
Ryan.
someday, yeah, someday. Don't worry. I'm
hear him
getting real close.
Situation normal.
No.
We're all fine.
Do you have that for us, Ryan?
You might have to ask Alex Stroh for that one. He's the one who's trying to dump me whenever he can. No. I was gonna say you saying that you want to watch the game with the radio call on was maybe the oldest thing I've ever heard you say, Matt. And that's saying a lot.
Goodness.
But it's not quite as bad as my appearance on Williams House on Tuesday.
Sometimes
I'll be
it
honest.
just takes too long to fire up the old telly, just to listen to it on the radio. Once those tubes
Happens on
get
the radio,
hot,
too.
the radio comes in really clear.
Your television? Does it make like a sound when you turn it on?
Yeah, when you turn it off, you get that like little white dot in the middle that's like closed in on itself
by
really
the end of
fast.
a Badger game, there's like a smell in the house, just too much
Yeah.
heat, like it's just cooking the dust off the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it. Is it? Honestly, I wish they would almost make like HD TVs, but in the old school, like where they had the big.
Give me a
giant
60s look
Yeah.
TV, but just go ahead and slap a flat screen in it.
Speakers on the side and everything.
A whole entertainment center.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Retro's back.
Entertainment
I'd do
center
it.
is even like a thing.
Yeah.
But not like the old school. Now it's more like
No, now it's like here's a really nice cabinet with a bunch of little like built-ins that you can set your TV on.
I mean like the old school wood paneled like.
Yeah, like no, they don't really have that anymore.
Too hard, it would bend.
Yeah, no, not anymore.
The way it was gonna snap. I mean, we haven't had one in forever, and our TV is mounted at our house. But I know my parents still have the glorified cabinet. That you just pop a TV. You're basically taking your dresser and popping a TV on it now and calling it a.
Calling it an entertainment center.
Exactly. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your SportsCenter update brought to you by Road America. The SRO GT World Challenge features exotic sports car racing at Road America August 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. The Green Bay Packers in their second day of joint practices with the Bengals out in Cincinnati. ESPN.com's Rob Domofsky joined Wilde and Tausch earlier today. He talked about what the potential for new starting quarterback Jordan Love could be entering his first season based off of what he's seen so far in the preseason training camp and from joint practices this week.
Romeo Dobbs had a bad drop. Luke Musgrave dropped a couple. Jaden Reed had either you could call it a drop or just a difficult catch that he didn't make. And those are the kind of things that a couple of those plays go really well. Jordan Love looks great. If a couple of them didn't go their way, maybe it's not so good. So I just think you add all that together and you have the potential for this to go either way.
Stay up to date on all things green and gold this preseason over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Second hour of Rutledge and Hamilton starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Could I see him being greater? Absolutely. Could I see it being worse? Sure. But I think what we fail to realize, having been watching those two quarterbacks, that's not how the rest of the NFL lives. That's the exception. It's not the norm.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from X Golf in Middleton. Ryan Wollersheim back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt and I are enjoying all the spoils of being here at X Golf in Middleton. Did you get a hole in that short break at the top of the hour?
I did. I got 2 in.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I played it pretty good.
All right. Well, Matt Hamilton, known for his speed here at X Golf. So congratulations on that.
Thanks, Jim.
Yep.
It's an honor.
It's not about how you play the game. It's about if you finish, how fast you finish.
That's what I always say.
What's going on there at X Golf, guys? What are you guys getting into?
Just playing around a speed golf there, Ryan.
Okay.
I'm the best there ever was.
The fastest draw in the West.
He pisses excellence.
All right. All right. We were talking about, do Packer fans take Aaron Rodgers, and do they take that era of Aaron Rodgers for granted? And I think you and I agree the answer is yes.
I think so.
Ryan, where do you fall on this?
I think it's a fair point you bring up. Just that I think it has more to do with just Brett Favre being there before Rodgers, and that fact that even I, as a Packers fan, I've only ever known Hall of Fame quarterback play. Like, that's all I know, and it's really hard for me to appreciate anything less than that, even though I am a proud Badger supporter and Badger fan. I know what bad quarterback play is like, just not from the Packers. I've never seen it before outside of a few seasons here or there. So, yeah, I don't think I properly appreciate him, especially in that last season, but at the same time, I'm kind of ready to just move on to a less, as much as Packers fans are worried about moving on to just another, the norm of what NFL fans have to deal with, I am kind of embracing that word. Like, I'm just excited to see what Jordan Love is and to see where things are going over the next 5 to 10 years.
Right, and that's a different thing. I mean, I think it's adorable. You think Jordan Love's going to be here in 5 years, let alone 10.
Well, I never said it was going to be Jordan Love in 5 to 10 years. I said whatever. I mean, maybe it's Drake May or Caleb Williams, but whatever the next 5 to 10 years has to bring for Packers fans.
You know what? Let's do that right now. People want us to talk about Jordan Love. How many years do you think Jordan Love will be the Packers' starting quarterback? We'll put it up as our secondary Iron Jack poll question, or our third, because we did ask about Michael Keaton. That's on Rutledge and Hamilton. But we can pop this one back on ESPN Madison. How many years do you think Jordan Love will be the Packers' starting quarterback? We'll go 2 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 plus. Or you want to shorten it a little bit?
Yeah, I like shorten it. Let's go
2 to 5. I like
1 to 3.
1 to okay. All right.
1 to 3. Florida.
Let's go full seasons. Let's make sure when you word that there.
Okay.
Ryan, put full seasons.
1 to 3 seasons. 4 to 7 seasons, and then we can do 8 plus.
8 plus. All right, there you go.
All right.
Matt, what do you call him at?
1 to 3. I think he's certainly, obviously, going to be the starter of this season and all season. I think there's a good chance he gets a little competition next year in some fashion, whether it be a rookie or a veteran to push him a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he'll probably end up being the starter for year 2. And then year 3, I think we're going to know. We're going to know if Jordan Love has got what it takes to get to a Super Bowl again. And personally, statistically, he doesn't. How many quarterbacks make it to a Super Bowl on average? I would say like 10%.
Yeah, that's probably about
That
right.
might be high.
Yeah, but yeah.
But 10%. So like statistically, he's got a 1 in 10 shot at making a Super Bowl. I don't love it. So I would say it's going to be 1 to 3, and the Packers move on, looking for that next guy who you think you can take into the promised land. Whether that's a really great game manager in the sense of like a great Jimmy G, or even the way that McVay used Matt Stafford, super talented guy, but in a system that he bought into. Maybe that's the route, or maybe it's an absolute.
But you said Matt Stafford, who with the Rams and prior to that was just a tick below those.
Oh yeah,
guys.
no,
I don't know if Love gets to that level.
No, I don't think so either. But I think that's like, personally, I think that's kind of the minimum of what you need to win a Super Bowl. Realistically, you need a quarterback that is that borderline elite level. And
I agree with you.
Not totally sure Love gets there.
844-770-3776. How long do you think Jordan Love will be the QB for the Green Bay Packers? And you're on to something with that, because One first-round pick.
Who's going to be a starter for the Packers longer? Is it going to be Jordan Love as a starter of the Green Bay Packers, or Gutekunst being the starter of the GMs for the Packers? I would be curious if the same question, same number.
I will maintain this. Here's a scenario that does not seem impossible. Let's say Jordan Love looks meh. Let's say he looks, maybe he's showing some potential, but nothing. He doesn't look like he is him.
Right.
So, but maybe he could be a serviceable QB. And that's what they take out of it. But they win 6 games this year.
Okay.
So now they've had back-to-back losing seasons. By that I mean Goody and LaFleur. And Murphy next year will be his last year as president.
Right.
So now those two have to look in the eye and say, do we want to continue to live with our decision where maybe Jordan Love is projecting to be a league average QB, which is there's worse things than that.
There is.
Or do we start hedging to save our jobs? So do you bring in a Mitch Trubisky or Jameis Winston to back up Jordan Love and then maybe use one of your first-round or a second-round pick on a QB to have 3 different options to compete with Jordan Love and let iron sharpen iron, and whoever wins the job wins the job. But now you at least have options. That if you, let's say you start next year with Jordan Love and he flounders in the first 3 games, you got a professional quarterback back there, or you have a prospect who maybe looks like he can do it. That to me feels real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know about bringing in the veteran. Just, again, there's been one Packers season where a Packers GM has been active in the free agent pool. That was Goody 3 years ago, right? 28.
Right, but like Jameis or Mitch, like those guys aren't.
No, but what I'm saying is they're gonna work it up. They're gonna, they'll probably still have Sean Clifford.
Then that will get them
who will
fired.
play, and then they'll add another guy. It might
because 3 straight lose. Like, so if you have now you're really in danger of 3 straight losing seasons.
The bright side, if they are going to get fired, at least we'll hear about it from Mark Murphy at some ridiculous time of year, like women's basketball state championship or something.
No, I think Murphy, he doesn't have the wherewithal or the cojones to fire these guys. So they're good with Murphy. They know that. But Murphy gets put out, and let's say someone real comes in as the president and says, you know what, you guys ran Aaron Rodgers out of town. Jordan Love is just the league average QB. LaFleur looks like a slightly above league average coach. And Goody made the mortal sin of screwing up the quarterback position, so y'all gone. And I'm bringing in my team.
It's
my
possible.
GM, who's going to bring in his head coach, and we're going to be on the same page.
That's entirely possible. I can see that absolutely happening. I'm curious how Mark Murphy wants to step out the door. I don't think he's going to go out on a losing season. He's going to tell Goody, you've got to do something to get the Packers back into. And again, who knows? Maybe Jordan Love is the guy. This is all speculative, but I do know for a fact that Mark Murphy's not going to want to go out not playing great. So if Jordan Love shows that he's not the guy, if he turns out to be not the guy, they're going to do something.
How do you define the guy?
I think you're going to have some pretty solid stats. Like if you're going to do 6 wins like Aaron Rodgers did, you're going to have to put up those kind of numbers to show that you're the guy.
After this year, we see Jordan Love, and we at least can feel like we can put a ceiling on him. What's that ceiling?
If Jordan Love,
that Goody keeps his job. What's the ceiling like? Let's say Jordan Love looks like he's trending in a direction, and his ceiling is Jimmy Garoppolo. Does Goody keep his job? LaFleur?
Yeah, I think so.
Alex Smith?
Again, yeah, I think so. I think if you get one of those just better than league average guys,
Mitch Trubisky, which I would say
I would say just below. I would say he's probably gone, or he's definitely on a very, very hot seat.
Right, and that's my point. Is that these guys will realize that if Jordan Love's future is undetermined or doesn't look like he's the next great QB, and they have losing seasons, their jobs will be on the line, and that is not insane to say.
No.
Because the only thing that matters in the NFL is getting the quarterback position right. And if you had it right and you threw that away to get it wrong, that's it.
That's the deal breaker.
Murphy ain't going to do it. He's too old and too checked out and too much of a dingus to do it. As we said yesterday, the Packers have a dingus as a president. He ain't going to do it. And Goody and LaFleur know that.
Right.
But who's the next guy? Maybe they put a non-dingus in there that actually wants to win football games and sets up a better structure and has a better GM and a better coach who has a better setup.
Impossible.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're going to throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
The dog days of summer are here, so wind down with a couple cans of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. Whether it's an IPA, a Pilsner, or a Pale Ale, you can expect a beer that's flavorful, easy drinking, and always ready to roll. Enjoy Lake Louie's classic and award-winning Badger Club Amber, or crack open the new Lil Louie American. With 10 IBUs and 4.2 alcohol by volume, Lil Louie is a lighter, crisper, and a lil more refreshing than your standard American lager. Care less and live more with Lake Louie. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win 2 different types of beer from Lake Louie Brewing. The famous Badger Club Amber and the new Lil Louie American Lager. Lil Louie, it's a crisp and refreshing American lager that satisfies the thirst of everyone seeking that classic American style. Lil Louie also pairs great with the classic Badger Club Amber, an easy drinking lager for easygoing folks. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Lake Louie's Badger Club and Lil Louie Lager. 2:45 every Thursday.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
So you're in the middle of a kitchen update, and you can't tell if that's a faucet stem or a flange. With the Home Depot app, doing doesn't miss a beat. It'll find what you need in a snap, and it'll show you how to find it in store with a tap. Or get it delivered free. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
If this were a Reese's TV ad, you'd be staring at a Reese's peanut butter cup. And sure, my voice is peanut buttery smooth, but still, you need to see the peanut butter cups, right? No? I can really just say Reese's and you'll go get some? Okay, Reese's. 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 Really working, actually. Reese's. Reese's. I'm on to something. Reese's. Reese's. Reese's.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
How many holes did you get in there?
Almost 3. I'm putting on a par 5 for, so I would have got them all in if it was 3 par 4s in a row.
All right. Well, 3 is good. That's
just
good.
chunking along here. I think I can finish 18 just in the breaks. So I think I lied when I said I could do 18 in an hour and a half. I think I could do 18 in like 45 minutes.
I'm impressed. Ryan Wollersheim back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You impressed?
I mean, given my golf game and the golf game of pretty much every producer on this show, I have to be impressed with Matt can do with the club. Yeah.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton live from X Golf in Middleton. Ryan, we had some text in on our question about Jordan Love.
Yes, on the ESPN Madison talking text line 844-770-3776. JJ and Poinette responding in again, agreeing with you guys that he thinks Love is QB as long as Goody is GM, which he thinks puts it at about 2 to 3 years. He was responding in that first response to our Iron Jack poll question. And then Daryl in Deerfield thinks that Goody will actually be pleasantly surprised if Love has a decent year, and that he thinks his plan is actually to draft his franchise quarterback this spring. So I guess he's in the Caleb Williams, Drake May, or rotating list of quarterbacks who could surprise this year in college football.
It's an interesting thought there because, again, for an example here, just using, because I know Packer fans watch the Bears, Ryan Pace drafted Mitch Trubisky. That was a big mistake. And Mitch wasn't even that bad of a quarterback, but you passed on Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
and again,
I think the big knock on Mitch Trubisky is that he played 13 games of football.
Yep.
Like, that was it.
Well, Jordan Love had 14 good games of football because this last year at Utah State was not good. He had a very bad touchdown interception rate and completion percentage. His junior, or the year prior, I think it was a redshirt sophomore year, he was great. And so, but my point being, you also passed on Mahomes for that. Well, the Packers possibly passed on Jalen Hurts for Jordan Love. So let's not forget that that's part of this equation. Is Jalen Hurts is looking like a top-tier quarterback. We have to see what he does this year, but he was an MVP candidate last year. So that is all interesting. But what I was going to say is that Pace drafted Fields, but the Bears, I think, weren't good enough. And obviously he got run out after that. So he got to draft a second QB, but he didn't get the chance to see it through.
Right.
So even if Goody gets to draft a second QB, it almost has to be instant success or he won't get a chance to see it through. Let's get throwing stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is. People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
All right, guys, it's time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton. That usually means I bring to you whatever I've been wondering about from Twitter recently, though today I think it's time that I confront a stone of my own. So I didn't bring this up earlier, though Jim did mention it before the end of the first hour, that I was producing Wildy and Tausch on Tuesday, and there were some technical difficulties, some logistical difficulties getting them their headsets at the beginning of the remote broadcast from the ESPN Milwaukee Delzer Open at the Bog Country Club. So that means I, as the producer back here at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studio, had to try and fill after the show open almost ran out of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and play you guys the audio of me trying to vamp for the first minute of the show while waiting for the headsets to arrive for Jason Wilde and Brad Nortman on Tuesday. It is the Tuesday edition of Wilde and Tausch here from the ESPN Milwaukee Open, and Brad Nortman and Jason Wilde both on site at the Bog for the Open down at the ESPN Milwaukee Open, and they are still waiting on some of their headphones to arrive to their remote broadcasting station, and it looks like they might actually just be arriving now. So we'll be getting Brad Nortman and Jason Wilde joining live from the Bog for the ESPN Milwaukee Open in just a moment. But this is Ryan Wollersheim, your cousin sub of the day, here subbing in for Jesse Nelson as today's producer of the show. Make sure to check out the ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison YouTube streams for live video of Jason Wilde and Brad Nortman live, and here they are, coming up right now.
No.
Wooly, that was some outstanding dancing as fast as you could. Well,
so I ask you guys, would you have been as nice to me as Jason Wilde was?
We're gonna come back to Stones. We got an interview here because. What was going through your mind when you realized you were going to have to hop on the air?
This sound right now, just ticking, thinking how long before these headsets will arrive.
You came off strong if you've seen like Wayne's World when Garth had to be on screen when Wayne left. and they thought his head was going to explode
Yeah.
in the movie Scanners. You gave off strong Garth vibes. You kind of do in general, but you really gave off some strong Garth vibes doing that. So
I wish I knew this.
Here's
reference.
the thing.
You're a movie guy. You should watch Wayne's World.
Yeah, you definitely should see Wayne's World. So, the whole thing about when you're going to do that, right? It's either you want either A+ or you want an F. Just like the Packers are looking for in a quarterback right now, they're looking for A+ Jordan Love or an F where they can move on.
Tank it.
The only good part when someone who's new to trying to start a show like that is whether they just nail it and they're way better than expected, or they just do what you did. And that's just fumble the ball constantly.
yeah.
You look like Adrian Peterson in the NFC Championship game for the Vikings
So,
at that point.
When you said ESPN Wisconsin opened 17 times in 4 seconds, did you realize that was happening and we're like, stop saying ESPN Wisconsin
Oh my
opened?
gosh. And here's the thing. Like, if we did word count, he said Jason and Brad Nortman a couple times.
So
the bog.
I said the same 5 words probably 20 times.
Were you like, stop
the
saying the same 5
ESPN
words?
opened down.
Well, you started it with like, we're here. You are not there. You were in, because I was confused initially. I'm like, oh, so he's there? Where are those guys?
I loved it. I wouldn't have changed it for anything.
I agree. But
And I would have been so nice to you coming in because you know what you did. You're like that dog that piddled in the corner, and when you came home is like looking at you. It's like, you know what you did. That's a bad producer.
Did you forget your own name, or what happened with that part where you stumbled over your own name?
Well, I stumbled over 3 names, so it wasn't just
Jesse
my
Nelson
own.
was
But like
butchered.
Those names, I feel like you say less than your own name.
Well, you don't say your own name that often, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
unless you're
a radio host like Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
Or who is the coach of the Commanders right now?
Ron Rivera?
The DC?
Oh,
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. Eric Bieniemy brings a strong attitude to football. Eric Bieniemy is hard-nosed. Ryan Wollersheim, you should start doing that.
I would be here for that.
Here
it
they
reminds
are.
me of Seinfeld.
Coming up right now.
Jimmy, when the basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
And then George tried it for a little bit there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jimmy don't like this. George's getting angry. Ryan's getting uncomfortable. Next time that happens, just start saying, Ryan's getting uncomfortable.
Oh, my gosh. Can we hear the start of that again?
Why?
I like the constantly.
This is so good.
And here they are.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
Yes,
We're fine.
that's basically.
We're all fine here. No, thank you.
It is the Tuesday edition of Worldy and Tausch here from the ESPN Milwaukee Open, and Brad Nortman and Jason Woolley both on site, but I was not on site.
Honestly, the first bit you nailed. I thought that was pretty good. You do sound scared.
It is the Tuesday edition, and then after that, I just dropped off a cliff.
The Tuesday edition.
Right.
You know what? I'm not gonna say I would have done it better. I would have either done great or I'd have butchered it too.
Yeah. You also. You sounded incredibly tight.
You were scared. Yeah.
What did you think I was feeling? I mean, I know you got to try and be calm and collected, but I wasn't, Jim. I didn't know what was going to happen.
This tone of like live from the bog. Maybe I'm alive. Maybe I'm not. This is Ryan Wollersheim. Brad Nortman, Jason Wilde. I'm Ryan Wollersheim. That was the only thing I was missing with a question at the end of your name.
I am the host of the show.
I love Lamb. Well, congratulations, Ryan. You are Brick from Anchorman. Is basically.
well, that sure escalated quickly. So
killed a man with a trident.
I almost killed the show, actually, as well.
Yeah, you killed the show with your voice. So congratulations, Ryan. We'll come back. We'll do throwing stones on the other side. But if you have nerves, a great way to get around nerves is go work out at Carb World Health. Because if you are in physical shape, you'll be in better mental shape. And when you go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez over at Carb World Health, which isn't that far from X-Golf here in Middleton, ask them about 6-week experience, and during that 6-week experience, they will come up with a plan to get you in the best shape of your life. Maybe that plan includes semaglutide, which is what I take, and I'm down to about 195 pounds with around 8% body fat, and it motivates me to even work harder when I work out there because you want to be part of a workout regime. Maybe it's hormone optimization. Maybe that's what you need to build on more muscle and lose weight. Whatever it is, Dr. Nestor Rodriguez will have the plan for you at Carb World Health. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. The high school football season is just a week away from kicking off, which means this Friday at 6, it's the Coaches Roundtable with 14 area high school football coaches. And from 8 to 9, it's the No Huddle Preview with Jesse Nelson and Dennis Semrau.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. I'm coming.
Hi, Mark Tauscher.
Boy, you just never know when or where you're going to pop up. This time, it's my house.
Can I come in?
You're already standing in my living room.
Ah, Tausch, you have mosquitoes in here.
Oh, yeah. It's like an insect zoo right now at my house. Heads up, here comes that wasp again. Incoming!
Shoo! You need Palla's 250 series of windows with exclusive hidden screens. They fit inside the actual window and protect you from nature.
Okay, now that's just brilliant. Yes, please. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to the rescue.
You got anything to drink around here?
Yeah, just go right ahead and make yourself at home, I guess.
Ooh, root beer.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, bundle and save. Get a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 8/31/23.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from X Golf in Middleton. Matt, what's your status? What hole are you on? What's your score so far? How's it going?
Oh, it's just brutal. I just
see that.
blew
That can't
up.
be right.
I just blew up to oblivion recently, so we're happy. Oh, I'm not sharing it.
Well, then I'm going to share it.
No.
You're a teenager. Can we say that?
Yes,
You're a plus teenager.
Honestly, it's pretty close to how I played golf yesterday. I hit a 5 on every single hole yesterday.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Ryan Walsh, I'm back at the Everlight Slower Studio, and we're going to throw some stones in a minute. But what is it? I don't see it as much, but I swear there were some golf tournaments at times where you actually wanted the plus. Like there was a weird different tournaments that every once in a while they scored it slightly different. I don't know if it was like maybe they're playing skins and maybe it was just plus of like how many holes you won and not. So it was something when I was a kid I was getting confused by. I was like once in a while they'd score it a different way.
Like match play.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and match play is more fun for guys like you and me where, if you screw up a hole, you're not going to necessarily bury your round for the rest of the day. You just lost the hole.
Gotcha.
New point on the next hole. So
that makes sense.
It doesn't matter if I beat you by 10 strokes or 1 stroke on the hole. I get 1 point for the win on the hole.
I like that.
So, yeah, match play definitely would have looked better in match play because it would have been me against myself.
There you go. Sure.
It would have been
well, congratulations.
I'd have been 100% right now.
Yeah, that's why you're up that number.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's about to get worse because I'm in trouble, boys.
All right, let's throw some stones so Mac can get back to golfing here next golf.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
That's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It is the Thursday edition of Throwing Stones here from X Golf in Middleton. Glad I could get a laugh out of Matt Hamilton on that one, but it is actually Throwing Stones this time around. So we will be scoring Jim and Matt's answers throughout the show. I've been scrolling Twitter. I got plenty of questions. They have answers. I'll give them the score throughout, and at the end, we crown our winner of Throwing Stones. So you guys were just talking about golf, and another famous golfer in the news recently, Phil Mickelson. This according to Front Office Sports. According to a new memoir by Billy Walters, who was Phil Mickelson's gambling partner, I guess, over the last 10 years or so. Apparently, Phil Mickelson wagered $1 billion on sports in the last 3 decades. The book says Mickelson lost nearly $100 million gambling. He averaged 9 bets per day in 2011, made 43 MLB bets in one day, and he also tried to bet on a Ryder Cup that he was playing in. So I ask you guys, what's like the most just degenerate activity you guys participate in on a regular basis? Or like, have you ever met anyone who can even live up close to this level of degeneracy that Phil Mickelson does? Jim, I'll start with you.
I don't have any. I don't gamble much, so I don't know something that's been like degenerate to gamble on or degenerate. I mean, I'm too old to be degenerate at this point. If I was degenerate at 43, it's just sad. Like, it's one thing. Or if you're a billionaire, or like Mickelson was before he blew $1 billion, like that's one thing too. But like otherwise, it's like a problem for me. Like it's not fun. But like I'm trying to think of anything that's even loosely degenerate. I'll say this. Whatever baseball game is on, this looks like, is this even a Little League World Series on here at X Golf? You're a degenerate if you bet this. Like,
on the Little League World Series?
That's a degenerate.
I mean, I wait until we get out of the United States and start playing the World Series. That's when I start betting on 12-year-old kids playing baseball.
Okay. There you go.
So only international baseball players you'll bet on?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Right now, we're just playing the regionals right now.
Yeah, keep it in 4 and wide. Yeah, in international
How about
waters.
this? What's the most money you've lost?
Oh, interesting. One of my interesting. So I don't know exactly how I lost because craps is one of those weird games where you can like take money as it goes, but you leave money out on the table.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's phrases like press, which means if you win a bet, press means put it back on it. We're doubling up. And then you can like move stuff around. So I think at one point I had about $700-800 in chips on the table. Now, granted, I had a really good start, so I might have collected a little bit. Obviously, I could have had 700 more if I had cashed out and taken my stuff in, but that was a really tough roll when we busted.
So, like, you think maybe 600, fair number?
600-700, yeah, on that bet.
Yeah, mine's like a couple hundred, maybe.
The one that scared me the most was when I went out and threw like $100 on black in a roulette table. Like that was just one bet. Like I'm either getting it or I'm not. Like the craps table, like I said, like you can take some slowly, you can leave it all out there. Yeah, it's never fun. I get that like weird like I wouldn't say it's weird. Maybe it's normal. We're talking about degenerates. I get that that sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach when I lose a big bet, like something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't love it. I don't love that feeling.
I strive to have that much money to be able to just bet on roulette like that one day, Matt. Honestly, on my budget, the most I've ever lost, I think, is $20.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I went down there, and when I did this, I was not much older than you, and I did not have more than $100. It was one of those, let's see how this is going to go. If I win this, I'm probably going to play some more games, and if I lose, I'm probably just going to hang back and not gamble. Yeah, so I ended up, I did hit, actually,
so
on that one.
95% of your net worth was on that roll.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, it was definitely
at the time.
It was definitely a percent, maybe a 2-digit percent.
No wonder you had a sinking feeling. It was your entire mortgage, basically.
100, yeah. And again, I was a younger man. My first time out to Vegas.
$100 meaning a large portion.
Yeah, it meant a lot to me back in 2011 when I first went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson was apparently betting at 9 bets per day in 2011.
Have you been to Vegas, Ryan?
I have, but I went there twice at the ages of 12 and 13. So there's really not much to do there.
We should go as an adult. I'll take you.
We need to figure out how to get Rutledge and Hamilton. Scales and Bruss got out there. We need to figure out how to get Rutledge and Hamilton out there.
Okay. I'll talk to some people. I'll talk to my people.
We'll work on magic. All right, well, outside of Las Vegas, there's been some throwing down on the table out in Cincinnati as well. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. Elton Jenkins got in a fight yesterday with defensive tackle DJ Reader from the Bengals. After the fight, Reader said, speaking about Elton Jenkins, he's a Jag, man. I don't know that guy. No idea who he is. I mean, I see he's made 2 Pro Bowls or so. So good for him, but he blocked for Aaron Rodgers. That don't make you nobody. And then Chancellor Johnson of, I'm not sure of what publication he's from, but he quote tweeted that on Twitter saying you don't know somebody while also listing their credentials in the next breath is hilarious. So guys, if you get beat in a fight, is there any way to just do you just shut up and just take it, or do you just try to come back and redeem yourself somewhere with some sort of back talk, smack talk? I don't know. How would you guys handle it if you lost a fight that badly as DJ Reader did? Matt, I'll start with you.
You stick your tail between your legs and you hope nobody notices you for the rest of the day. There is no reason. You already got your lunch taken from you. No reason to stand back up to that same guy and spout off, especially the way he did. He makes a very good point. You can't tell somebody they're a nobody and then drop a couple credentials behind them. They're clearly not a nobody if you're aware. So I would have tucked my tail and tried to be as inconspicuous for the rest of the day as possible.
I probably would have talked more trash. But so what do you mean by lost the fight? Because Jenkins got kicked out of practice for doing one of the dumbest things you could do, which was
punched him with a helmet
second
on.
Fight, but he punched someone with a helmet on.
Yeah,
I love that move.
The big loser at that fight was Jenkins. I mean, even his teammates are like, your second fight and you get removed from practice and you punch the guy with a helmet. That's a big F. So I don't mean who won the fight or lost the fight, but to get tossed out of a joint practice is an F. The first one, the players, I think Bakhtiari said, first one, I'm with them. Second one, now you're just being an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
getting kicked out of practice by your own team is an F.
Yeah, it's
the
fair.
The first one was fine. The second one, that's just stupid.
Second fight in one day, but I mean,
and you punched a helmet.
Punching a helmet is an all-time.
I'm sure if you got
move.
Elton Jenkins, calm down. He'd be like, "Yeah, that was dumb. Should not have punched a helmet. I should not have gotten 2 fights in practice."
It's also not his first time getting in a fight. He had that little scuffle with Aaron Donald in playoffs at one time, too.
Yep.
All right, but my final stone for you guys today. Obviously, we revisited my, eloquent speaking on Tuesday from Willie and Tausch. But on Monday this week was also my 24th birthday. So I ask you guys, 24 years old, not trying to make you feel old, I promise.
No, Matt, what? It's just like we were surrounded him on Monday to not wish Matt's birthday or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's not what I was bringing up. I was just going to ask, is 24, or when was the last time you guys actually really cared about celebrating a birthday? Like, after the age of 21, does it really matter to either of you? Jim, I'll start with you.
40 was the last one. 30 didn't matter to me. 20, it went like 21 to 40. So for me, it was 21 to 40. The 40 was the last one that mattered. 40 was the next one that mattered after 21.
Just like that. It's just 21 to 40 in a blur.
I meant that, as far as a significant birthday. I think I had just started dating my wife when I was around 30, and she did something nice for me, but I didn't really care about turning 30. But again, I'm not a birthday person, so I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, same thing here. That's why
not every year is a birthday year for Matt Hamilton.
I mean, that's because every day is a birthday, Jim. So you don't need to celebrate every year, and every day is a birthday. No, here's the real answer, Ryan. Every 5 years now, after 21, it's 25, it's 30, it's 35. Once you hit 40, it's every decade.
Okay.
And then, I feel like, I don't know yet, but once you hit the 70s or something, you probably just don't. That's when you're like, oh, I'm 50 again. Or 55 again.
There's definitely a line of after 80, every birthday's special.
I was going to say
that's
after 70.
That's when everyone gets guilted of you don't know if this is going to be the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone starts showing up to it, yeah.
I should start dropping that now. You don't know if there's going to be a next one.
Right, that's for everyone. My great-grandma my grandmother lived to 100.
Wow.
At her 100th birthday party.
So she pulled that stunt for 20 years in you?
Yeah. Absolutely. Every year I'd come back.
Yeah.
So I'm less than a quarter of the way
you
there.
go to reverse on it. I missed so many birthdays between 80 and 100, and I show up for 100, and she died 2 months later.
Oh, geez, you killed her.
Oh, wow.
Now that I saw Jim and the kids, what's the point?
Yeah,
she's waiting it out.
Just waiting it out.
Look, it's fine.
Right.
She was 100.
Yes. All right. Good, happy, long life.
All right, fair. It just came out of left field there.
You haven't even made a quarter of that time, Ryan.
I have a tragedy scale, and past 100 is no longer a tragedy at all. It's zero on
It's a
tragedy
miracle.
scale. Right.
All right.
And I think 85 plus, you got the W.
Yeah.
You got the W no matter if you got kicked out or anything. You know what, Jim? I'm just going to give you the win on that one. The tragedy scale, that's an all-timer.
I'm going to go golf because Ryan's biased.
Oh, clearly.
Oh, he's in his feelings.
I am in my feelings.
Big pouty Matt Hamilton, and I will return for the last segment here from Next Golf in Middleton.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. There's just over 3 weeks until the Badgers football team kicks off their season against the University of Buffalo, and preseason watch lists are beginning to come out. And the Badgers offense is garnering a lot of attention. Quarterback Tanner Mordecai was named to the Davey O'Brien Award watch list, which recognizes the best quarterback in the country. Running backs Ches Malusi and Braylon Allen were each named to the Doak Walker Award watch list, which honors the best running back in the country. Malusi said earlier this month about him and Allen,
I think we're the best switch punch in the country.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Treat yourself to a new shower this summer. Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you over. Again, that's kswisconsin.com.
At TLC Laser Eye Centers, we know every one of our patients' journeys. Like a recent patient in Chicago. She's been wearing the same scratched frame since college. And another patient in New York City. The first time he tried putting in contacts, it took him 4 hours and lots of patience. So how do we know all this? Well, TLC isn't all about seeing. We're also about listening. We start by discussing your needs, answer any questions, or address any concerns you may have about LASIK. Then we customize your experience to you. You deserve the best LASIK doctors, the best LASIK staff, and the best LASIK experience. So book your free 20-minute virtual consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers. And let's talk about your journey today.
Right now, TLC is offering 20% off LASIK when treated in August. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit saveontlc.com. That's saveontlc.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion can be treated in August of 2023 to qualify. 20% off standard price of procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to saveontlc.com for details.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton, judgmental Jim Rutledge, Rutledge and Hamilton.
The season is not make or break on Jordan Love being good or not. It's make or break on finding out what Jordan Love is. It doesn't matter if Jordan Love is good or bad, because at the end of the day, we need to know, is he the guy going forward or not?
Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton. Presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.5 ESPN. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. Gonna bring the flame, I'll show you how.
All I hear when I hear this song or envision in my mind is the end of This Is the End.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Right, and the end, they end up in heaven and they all do this dance together.
Right.
Now, not everyone. Who gets left behind at the end? I forgot.
Danny McBride. He gets eaten by cannibals. Eaten by Channing Tatum, actually.
Right, that's right.
That's right.
Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge, Ryan Wollersheim. He's at the Everlight Solar Studio. I am with Matt here at X Golf in Middleton. How'd you do?
We're close. I'm on the 17th hole, so I'll just be able to finish.
Yeah, because you'll get the break till the top of the hour. So
right.
We'll have to speed golf it here, but I think you'll get it done. And that's why I'm going to count for your score.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get 18 over, just like yesterday. I was 9 over on 9.
Yeah,
so
but today you're kind of, you're playing fast.
I'm playing fast. I only brought 4 clubs in.
Okay, so those are two factors there will give you a little
hybrid,
bit of leeway there.
7-iron, pitching wedge, putter. That's all you need to play golf. If you need more than that.
You got tin cup it? You ever tin cup it out there with was you bring a 7-iron? Is that what he played with?
I mean, that's the club. If I was going to go out and play one club the entire round with just one club, it's the 7-iron, 100%.
844-770-3776. What is the best golf movie ever?
Ooh.
Happy Gilmore?
Man. Happy
in my opinion, as a not real big golf fan, Happy Gilmore is my
it's
movie.
up there just because, yeah, it not only was a good golf movie, it transcended golf. You didn't have to appreciate golf to enjoy it. I feel like Tin Cup and The Legend of Bagger Vance and some of those, if you don't give a crap about golf, you're not going to enjoy that. But
so Caddyshack to me is
Caddyshack's goated.
That blows Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore out of the
Yeah,
water.
that's
Happy
a really
Gilmore's
good one.
fine. Again, Adam Sandler, that whole thing. I always thought those movies were okay. Happy Gilmore's the only one I can really watch over and over again. Billy Madison.
And The Waterboy.
Yeah, Waterboy too. Billy Madison, every once in a while. But it's also a little bit like Ace Ventura for me. At some point, I'm like, all right, I loved it, but now I need a 5-year break from it. And I'll circle back at some point and enjoy it again, because otherwise it gets a little bit, I would say, much. But what other ones? Yeah, Tin Cup to me. Now, Tin Cup works in a way more of a rom-com and a golf movie.
Or The Greatest Game Ever Played.
Yes, those are some deep cuts on the golf ones there. I think Caddyshack.
I enjoyed The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Yes,
that was
I
Will
enjoyed
Smith,
that too.
right?
Yeah, I enjoyed that one, absolutely. And so I would say you can call in 844-770-3776. But if I was doing number 1, I go Caddyshack. I guess 2, I would go Happy Gilmore because it's so universally loved. And then we could figure out Greatest Game Ever Played, Tin Cup, Legend of Bagger Vance. Is that the one with Matt Damon as well? Is that?
Yeah, it's Matt Damon and Will Smith.
Yep.
Because that was a pretty good one. Now I'm trying.
He's walking up right in front of me. He's like, I could have hit you. I figured this was the safest place to be.
Right. So I'm trying to think of other golf movies that existed.
I tried looking it up. Honestly, we've pretty much listed the only ones that I even know
It's
about.
not a great sport for a movie. Like, it's honestly the best sport for a comedy.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, golf's not a cinematic game, to be honest, right?
Which is crazy because it's the views are very cinematic.
I wouldn't say it's not cinematic,
course.
like as far as like the views or what it can look like, but the storylines, it drags. Now, baseball drags, but there's so much comedy that can happen in the drags, and I think golf hasn't. The sweet spot for golf is to find a comedy that fills in the dragging part better. Like, you have to fill it around it because just watching it, it's just not dramatic. It's not quite to what those other ones can be, whether that's football or basketball. I would imagine football's got to be the sport with the most movies made about it.
I would say, honestly, I think baseball might be the best best sport for movies. I feel like there's The Sandlot. You have, like, Fever Pitch.
Moneyball.
Oh, that's the second one I thought of because I'm trying to think of movies right now.
Major League.
Major League.
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, yeah. I've only seen part of that, but yeah.
That was one you're probably just old enough to watch now, so. I'm trying to think what else other baseball movies are out there, too. But
What's the one with
What about Angels in the Outfield?
There you go.
Oh, that's a fantastic one.
Oh, man. That one's...
Rookie of the Year? That's a really good one.
Outstanding. Have you seen Rookie of the Year?
That's the one with the Cubs and his arm gets, fused the tendon, so he's throwing, 98-mile-an-hour
I feel like every kid's like,
well,
if I break my arm, maybe
right? It's got to fall funny one time.
Right. Maybe I'll be able to pitch for my favorite Major League Baseball team.
This one was right in my wheelhouse when I was a teenager. Did you guys ever watch The Benchwarmers?
With
Rob Schneider.
Reluctantly, and the guy who plays Napoleon Dynamite, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
I can't
I know
think.
it is, but he was in that. Yeah, I think I saw it. It was fine. I mean, I didn't it was fine. David Spade,
yeah.
He sometimes somewhere along the line lost it for me after Farley. He's not as funny. He's not unfunny. He's just not necessarily my funny bone at this point.
Right.
And
Nick Swartzen was in that one.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was scared of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it Hader? Not Bill Hader, but who's the guy? Isn't the guy from Napoleon Dynamite? I feel like maybe his last name has a Hader. I don't know.
I completely lost.
The other one, I can't remember his name.
Another one, Field of
Ryan,
Dreams.
next time we're
That's
trying
an
to
easy
find
one.
someone, I'm not sure what you're doing back there, but you could go to IMDb and look up the person while Matt and I are talking.
I'm looking up all the other all-time great baseball movies because there's so many, Jim. Field of Dreams. That's another all-timer.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Costner again. Kevin Costner is in half these movies, by the way.
Oh, he's a big baseball
He's in Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, For the Love of the Game.
John Heder.
Heder. So there we go. I wasn't that far off.
All right.
For Love of the Game is also, it's not good, but it's good. Like, if it's on, I'll just watch it. I'm like, this is
Where does basketball fall?
Basketball is amazing.
Is it baseball or basketball?
Here's what and maybe we can ask this question to
What
our
kind of
fans.
movie is it?
I would say baseball. But here's what I want, and I want to know if our fans would participate. I want to have a basketball tournament.
You've been talking about this forever.
We need to, right? Like, it is something that I think almost anyone can participate. You don't have to be a great athlete. We don't, so you don't have to worry about like liability or any of that kind of stuff. It's easy to pull off. We just need some basketball hoops, and then we can draw the baseball diamond around the basketball hoop.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe since Ryan is basically our producer now, I don't know what happened to Alex Stroh. Maybe this time we'll have a producer. Matt and I say things, and then you're supposed to make it happen, Ryan.
Yeah.
So,
Make basketball happen for the
yes,
office.
go find the promotional team and say, hey, these guys had a good idea. They brought it up 17 times.
Yeah.
Let's do a basketball tournament.
All right, can we be the Coors Lights then? Or can we be like because it's the Milwaukee
Blue
Beers in the movie? The Blue Mountains? Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I think that's it.
The Blue Mountains?
Set it up, Ryan.
All right, it's happening. I'm going to talk to Marissa, our marketing manager. We're making it happen next week.
I'd probably try to find Molly.
Molly too, yeah.
Oh, that our music?
That would be your music, yeah. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Ryan, are you with us tomorrow?
I'm not. I'm actually not in the office tomorrow. I'll be in Cincinnati
Who's
for the preseason
producing us?
game. I don't know. Good luck.
All right, State Street Pots, that's all we know.
Yep.
See us tomorrow. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of